Assalamu alaikum, family. Hope you all are doing good. This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LLC. Hope you all having a blessed and wonderful day. We have one more day, and tomorrow's Friday, and then the weekend will be upon us. Hope you all have a blessed and wonderful week thus far. And in the likelihood that you're having one of those days, always remember this. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Keep your hope, trust, and faith in Allah God, and He will see you through. We thank Allah for the good and the bad. We thank Him for waking us up this morning to see another day. Without Him, we don't have the fiber of our being. We're nothing without Allah, and we just give Him the praise. All praises are due to Allah. Get into the topic for this video. Ibrahim Traore, Ibrahim Traore, the leader of Burkina Faso. This guy, salute to him. This brother is doing it and doing it well. So he took over, I think in 2020, 2021. There was a coup in Burkina Faso. The previous regime, they were, I think they were beholden to jihadists. And so the people wanted change. And so the people caused a coup. And they elected Ibrahim Traore as their leader. He was a captain in the military there. And the people in Burkina Faso love him. Even in the neighboring countries of Niger and Mali, his revolutionary ideas is spreading over there, and it's spreading north to Ghana. Ghana is north of Burkina Faso, so Ghana has been independent for a while now, and it's spreading there. And this is good because it's showing unity among the African nations. Hopefully, it will spread around the continent. There's 54 countries on the African continent. Hopefully, all 54 countries will see what's going on in Burkina Faso and just say, enough with the colonialism. Enough. And Burkina Faso did that. They kicked the French out. They said, get your stuff and get the hell up out of here. Of course, Paris didn't like it. Neither did Washington. As a matter of fact, there's a general, a Marine Corps general, the Marine Corps' first four-star general, Michael Langley, that's been appointed over the African Command, and he has deemed brother Ibrahim Traore as a warlord, as a greedy warlord, as a dictator. And Ibrahim Traore has done interviews, and he went to Russia, did an interview a couple of days ago, and has been making the rounds saying that how disappointed he is that a black man such as Michael Langley is spreading these falsehoods about him and wants to try to cause chaos in this country on the African continent. And he's right. We know this handkerchief ass Negro, General Michael Langley, they would use one of us to take out one of us, to say it was us. That's what they'll do. And this is a classic example of that. Brother Ibrahim Traore has survived 18, you hear me? 18 assassination attempts. 18. They really want to take this brother out because he's given the middle finger to France, and not only to France, but to the United States, to Western powers. And they're just so mad. Whenever they did it to Thomas Sankara back in the 80s. He was the leader of Burkina Faso. They did it to Patrice Lumumba in the 1960s, in 1961. Brother, may Allah be pleased with both Brother Patrice Lumumba and Thomas Sankara. Whenever there's a leader who galvanized the people against colonization, they don't like it because it's a threat to their bottom line. They can't cash in on it. And we know that Africa is the most resourceful continent on this planet. There's rubber in Africa, gold, silver, all kind of diamond mines in South Africa. Oil. It's an oil-rich continent. You have lithium to make these cell phones. In the Congo, they have lithium. That's where the lithium batteries. Well, yeah, the lithium in the batteries. That's where it comes from to make these cell phones. Comes from the Congo, and they know it. They know that without Africa, Europe can't survive, Asia can't survive, the North America can't survive, South America, Australia. None of these continents can survive without Africa. That's why they love to pillage her. Before I go any further, hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications of whenever I do videos on here. They know that they could plunder her for her resources. They've been doing it for centuries. For centuries. Gold, silver, rubber, oil. Rich, rich continent. And sadly, you have these puppet leaders in many of these African nations that sell their people out and allow the European powers to plunder their nation. They allow it. They're puppets set up by European governments. They're in cahoots with them. People who share our melanin. But it happens here too. And it's crazy because what Michael Langley is doing, because they want Burkina Faso to have democratic election, free elections, fair elections. How hypocritical. This is the most hypocritical nation on the planet. Has any of our elections been fair? We preach democracy, but we don't even practice it here. We love to go around the world pointing the finger. You need to have fair elections. You need to have fair elections. You need to have democracy. You need to have democracy. But it's not even practiced here. We don't even have fair elections here in this nation. But we're going to go somewhere and stick our nose in another nation, which America is good at, sticking her nose where it doesn't belong and telling other people, hey, y'all need to have fair elections. Y'all need to do this way. Y'all not doing it right. No, 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 no. How dare us? How dare us? We're in no more position to tell anyone how to run their country, how to run their elections. Why? So we can install our form of government over there, our puppet leader who's going to kowtow to us. That's all that is. And Ibrahim Traore is like, no, F you. F you, America. F you, France, Great Britain, or whomever. And he's aligned with Russia and China, particularly Russia. Russia hasn't colonized Africa. The Portuguese have. The Belgians have. The British, Lord knows the British has. The French, even the Spanish. It's a country in Africa where Spanish is spoken. I can't think of it right off the top of my dome. But all these nations have pillaged Africa. All of them. The Dutch, the Netherlands. Oh, I forgot about them. Deutschland. So all these countries have gotten stuck their hooks into Africa. There was a conference in Berlin, Germany, in I believe 1886 with the leaders of Europe. There was a map of Africa, and what they did was they met to see how they could rob Africa. Britain took her share. France took her share. Spain, Portugal, Belgium, the Netherlands, all took their share. You get this part. And then what made it was so sinister about it, you can't travel between the nations. Like you can't go from Egypt to Nigeria to Niger to Mali, Mali to Burkina Faso to Tanzania. You can't go to the and so forth and so on. You can't go to these nations without having a passport. The European devils did that. They made it so, and its neighboring countries like Botswana and South Africa. I think Botswana is north of South Africa. Yeah, you can't go there. You need a passport. Well, you can go there, but you need a passport. Is what I'm saying to go from South Africa to Botswana. And the European devils did that. Now you could travel between Europe without a passport. You could get on the train and go from Italy to Germany, from Germany to Austria, Austria to Liechtenstein, Liechtenstein to France. Um, well, I'm trying to think of a European nation that's from Italy. You could take a boat from Italy to Spain. I've done it. I've done it. I traveled in Europe. I didn't need a passport. I've gone from Italy to Austria, then Austria to Germany, Germany to Romania, um, Italy to Spain, Spain to France, France to England. I traveled pretty much all over Europe, the Netherlands. I didn't need a passport. You're free to travel amongst the European nations because they're interlocked, with the exception of England, because you have it's separated by the English Channel from France. England and France are separated by the English Channel, but you're free to travel all throughout Europe without a passport. So it's okay for them to travel freely on their continent, but they carve up Africa, raped and pillaged this continent, and had the nerve to tell the African people, no, you can't go here, there freely. You have to have a passport. How sinister is that? But this is what they did. And I can't help but think, Ibrahim Traore, he's the new Muammar Gadaffi. This is what Muammar Gaddafi wanted. He wanted unity among the African nations. He wanted Africa to be on her own currency, kind of like Europe is with the euro. This is what he wanted in Africa. He didn't want the African nations to depend on Europe or the United States, the Western powers. He did not want that. He wanted trade among the nations, camaraderie, and the West could not stand it, particularly the United States. And what did they do? They orchestrated a coup in Libya, the whole Benghazi debacle. Before that, what was it? The Arab Spring, the uprisings in 2011, the spring of 2011 happened in Egypt, happened in Libya. They orchestrated a coup, got some insurgents together, and they paid them to murder Muammar Gaddafi, our brother. And Libya hasn't been the same since. Matter of fact, Libya is now a slave colony. Libya is one of the poorest nations in the world, but we wanted democracy. And this is what happened because we wanted Libya to have a fair and free election because an evil dictator was just taking control, and we couldn't have that. No, what we really wanted was Libya's oil, Libya's resources, Libya's gold. That's what we wanted. And Barack Obama, who was president at that time in 2011, allowed that devil, Hillary Clinton, to go in because she was Secretary of State to go in and take out our brother Muammar Gadaffi. May Allah be pleased with him. They orchestrated that coup. The United States also, I'm gonna go back 60 plus years. The United States also played a role in the assassination of brother Patrice Lumumba. Yes, they did. We know it was under the guise of the Belgian government, of course. But brother Patrice Lumumba was the prime minister of the Congo, and he wanted Congo to be free of Belgian rule, of the Western powers, the British, the Belgians, the United States, and they orchestrated a coup. Well, they orchestrated his assassination. May Allah be pleased with brother Patrice Lumumba. Thomas Sankara in 1987 was assassinated. The United States is going to pay. France and Great Britain, they're going to pay. Belgium, the Netherlands, they're going to pay. They're going to pay the price. Allah is not pleased. Is not pleased with the deceit, the murder, the robbing of people who just don't have nothing to do with nothing. He's not pleased, and we will. America, the West will pay. Just watch the weather. Watch what's going on, and that's nothing. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Have y'all heard of King Leopold II? King Leopold II. So this was about over like 1880s, 1890s, early 20th century time frame. He was the leader of the Netherlands. I'm sorry, excuse me, of Belgium. Of Belgium. Took over the Congo because he wanted rubber. He enslaved the Congolese people, murdered them, maimed them, had the women were raped, beaten, all the above, all to pillage it for her rubber. The Belgian people are so sinister that now they have chocolate covered hands. So it's chocolate. It's chocolate candies, but it's in the shape of a hand. And they sell them over in Belgium. And this is to honor what King Leopold II did to the Congolese people in the Congo. He would cut off their hands, cut off their foot if they didn't, as a form of punishment. That's how sick these people are. And you don't think Ibrahim Traore knows his history about this? He's a bright young brother. He's 37 years old, young man. You don't think he know the history of how the European powers and the United States orchestrated destruction across that continent? You don't think he know that history? And he's saying, no, no, I'm gonna be on the right side of history. I'm gonna be the hero. I'm not going to be the victim. I'm not going to kowtow to Paris or to Washington. I'm not going to do it. And salute to him. We need more leaders like that, especially in the African diaspora. We, eh, uh, we need it in Haiti. Lord knows we need it there. I wish, I hope and pray, actually, I hope and pray that Haiti will pay attention to what's going on in Burkina Faso and give the middle finger to the United States and France. The Haitians have done it before. They've done it. They've done it centuries ago. Toussaint L'Ouverture. Y'all know about that, brother? Yes. Haiti kicked France's ass, Spain's ass, and the British. Look it up. And the United States didn't want that smoke. So it's in the Haitian people, but their government is so wussified that they let anything go down there. And the Haitian people are fighting amongst themselves. There are gangs in Haiti that's taking over the government, taking over, um, terrorizing the people down there. And their government is just, they really don't have a government down there because it's utter chaos. So Haiti needs to pay attention to what's going on in Burkina Faso and install a leader with some balls that's going to stand up to the West because it's high time. Um, Brother Ibrahim Traore has also built railroads throughout Burkina Faso for travel. He's imported um, these seeds, not from Monsanto or whatever that company name is, not those poisonous seeds. No, he's encouraged the farmers to feed the people, encouraged travel throughout the country. And the people over there love him. It was a brother, Kim Iverson of the Hill. There was a contributor, forgot the brother's name, but he just came back from Burkina Faso and he did interviews with the people and he said they love him. He said this whole notion that this dude is a warlord, a dictator, it's cruel, it's all lies. It's all lies orchestrated by the West, particularly the United States of America. He said he's encouraging farmers uh, to grow more food, to feed the people, encouraging travel, encouraging trade with Niger and Mali. They're it's spreading over there. What Ibrahim Traore is doing in Burkina Faso is spreading over to Niger and Mali and throughout Africa. He said the days of neo-colonialism, did I say that right? Neo-colonialism is over. That they need a new hustle. And they do, because people are rising up. They're sick and tired. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I hope Black people here will see that because we need Africa. Yeah, I know. And I mentioned this on here before. We have African people who migrate from the Caribbean, Africa, who have a certain attitude towards us when they get to the States. Never mind that. Yes, that's a problem, but never mind that for now. That's another story. That's another topic for another day. We need unity. You don't think Chinese Americans align with China or European Americans align with Europe, whatever European nation their ancestry is from? Lord knows that the Jews, along with Israel, lockstep, even though they have killed thousands upon thousands of men, women, and children and on the Gaza Strip. They still align with Israel, still align with them. Even though Africa is not a country, it's a continent, but we still should align with African leaders who are doing right by their people, like Ibrahim Traore. I don't have any knowledge about President Cyril in South Africa. I can't, I forgot his last name. I don't have any knowledge about him, but I know he met with Trump the other day. We need to align with these leaders. We should have aligned with Muammar Gadaffi. Well, we did. The Nation of Islam did. He wanted to give the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan $1 billion back in 1996. And the purpose of that gift was to help Black people start businesses, to build up the Black community. That's why Brother Muammar Gaddafi wanted to give $1 billion to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to help Black people here in America. The Clinton administration 86'd it. We don't allow deals with terrorists, but yet they're allies of Great Britain, the greatest terrorists ever in the history of the world. They're allies with France. They're allies with Germany. Allies all these nations that have pillaged and terrorized people the world over. But you won't allow a Black man to gift another Black man $1 billion to help his people? Yeah, hypocrisy. So again, I say, salute to Captain Ibrahim Traore. Keep doing God's work, brother. We notice it. I'm praying for you. And they want to take this brother out bad because he's a threat to their bottom line. He's a threat to what they want to do, to their colonialization, their 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 greed. That's what he's a threat to, and they have to take him out. So, brother, keep doing God's work. We love you, and we're praying for you. I'm gonna hop off of here. I hope I made my point known on this topic. If I have, please hit that thumbs up button. Smash that thumbs up button now. Hit the subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. I know there may be some who disagree with me, and that's fine. That's cool. But let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Let's do that, y'all. In our disagreements, let's use logic, common sense, facts, and respect, not emotion and disrespect. That'll get you nowhere. So please share this video. Share it as much as possible, as much as you want. Let's have the conversation. We need to have the conversation about Brother Ibrahim Traore. We do. Fascinating brother. And he's making a name for himself in a great way. A great way for us, but in a bad way for the West. He's public enemy number one. And fittingly enough, that's why I wore this shirt. Because the West, including the United States of America, they see Brother Ibrahim Traore as public enemy number one. And he's fighting the power. Salute to you, brother. Support my YouTube channel, my future projects. It'd be greatly appreciated. I need y'all love and support. I cannot do without it. So please continue to support your brother. Show the love. Brothers and sisters, y'all be safe out here. Beware and be aware. Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy now more than ever before. So whether you're going to work, coming home from work, dropping your children off at school, picking them up, running errands, on vacation, whatever the case may be where and be aware. I love y'all. Have a blessed rest of your day, and I will talk to y'all soon, inshallah. I'm out. Assalamu alaikum.